at that point, you're not there to play it safe. Like if you're not taking risks, you're not competing.
They're empowering. I mean, anybody who's done a CrossFit workout, you finish your CrossFit workout and you're like, I'm on top of the world.
Yeah.
Like a hunger for competition and like that super intense structure, routine. I still had that desire.
Listen to the way people feel and the motivations for doing the things that they did. It was like they were describing me to a T.
I'm not trying to solve everything for you, but I know that sometimes you just need somebody to listen.
Learned the most is how to fill my cup by filling others.
Welcome to the Hungry Dog Barbell Podcast. Join me as I talk with passionate people about their life's failures and successes, and most importantly, what keeps them hungry for more. All right, what up, dogs? Welcome back to another episode. I just recorded an episode right before this with a returning guest. Now I got another returning guest, Dustin Patrick. Is that your last name?
Correct.
What up, Dustin? How you feeling today?
Great, my friend. I'm feeling really good today.
You look good. Look healthy, man. Hair looks good, bro. It's awesome to see that, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, Dustin, tell us what you've been up to, man. I know last week you had like strongman nationals. Is that what that was?
Yeah, I started doing a little bit of strongman competition outside of my wheelhouse. Just wanted to try something different. There was a couple people at my gym that were getting into it. So I was like, they were like, you should sign up. I think it'd be, you'd be good at it. So they talked me into it. And anyway, long story short, I made it into the nationals level. And I went down there last week and competed.
That's awesome. What do you think is your wheelhouse? Like you just said, that's outside, but like you're a strong dude,
Yeah. I love CrossFit.
Really?
Yeah.
The cardio stuff. That's your jam.
I just love high intense, heavy barbell cycling mixed with gymnastics.
Yeah.
I can do all the movements. I would call myself, not an elite athlete, but an RX athlete.
Right.
But, and I enjoy that because I love showing my skill level in every way, not just the strength, but also in the gymnastics movements and, the cardio conditioning. I love that because there's, no high that you get like a Metcon. You can't get that from any other, source.
No substances give you that.
Right. And that's, me, with my past, it's an addictive past, I really like that to release them endorphins and all that, it is a high in a sense. So, that's always my true love is CrossFit.
That's awesome.
But I figure, I've done Spartan races, Spartan ultras, and now strongman. So I figure, that's what I love is doing the CrossFit.
Yeah.
And I love the Spartan races too, but
you guys love it all, man. It's all, you guys are always out. It's great.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't want to be the best at one thing. I like to be all around just athletic and strong. So.
What's your favorite thing in CrossFit? Are you more of a barbell guy, more of a gymnastics guy, more of a cardio guy? Which one do you really, really love?
Heavy barbell cycling.
Barbell?
Yeah. I like that too. But I also like, I like that one workout that they came out. I don't know if it was the open the one year, but it was like thrusters where the weight increases and mixed with, the bar muscle ups, like like that.
And then it had the complex after that.
Yeah. I like doing stuff. That's probably my favorite, but I also know that in CrossFit, it's important to be well-rounded. Right. So that one workout, that's just, a 10,000 meter row. I know there's a purpose for it,
For sure.
So, and a lot of people, I know that when they know the programming that's going on, they pick and choose the workouts. And I tell them all the time. I was like, well, you're doing yourself a disservice.
A little cherry picking going on.
Yeah. Like today I coached a class earlier and it was, we followed the CAP programming at my gym and it was the bike 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, a sprint for max calories. Yeah. And all the heavy, the bigger guys, you see them, we're going to be on the side today and they're, which that's fine. I'm not mad at them, but those are the workouts that hurt. You know what I mean? Like your lungs and your heart rate's up and you got to push to give that max effort for that 30 seconds.
And you got to be there for those, those are super important too.
Definitely. 100%.
The other one might be a crowd pleaser, but that's CrossFit right there.
Exactly.
It's awesome. Have you ever done a weightlifting meet outside of Super Total?
No.
That's what's next on your books, man. You got to get that one in too.
So
weightlifting, powerlifting. What about that? Have you done powerlifting?
No, I haven't done any competitions in that. And, I guess it's something to think about, you know.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, you do all this stuff.
I'm not putting it down. I'm not against it. It might happen. Yeah.
I mean, farewell at the super total.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
that's fun. So Ziggy like spearheads the strongman stuff in the gym, right?
Yeah. He's the main strongman guy there.
When did you start getting into it, like with him and training it? Like, all right, I'm gonna go do a competition.
It was mainly Gina started to get into it, and she was like, well, like we would like put certain like heavy sandbag carries, down and back, because I always like the moving events, right? So
you kind of make it CrossFit style, right?
Yeah.
They are kind of CrossFit like esque, right? Like the competition, you cycle through the different events,
Yeah, exactly. Like the heavy running, the heavy moving events.
Yeah.
Now you see CrossFit, they're getting, what was that guy who came out there to show them the log thing?
Oh, yeah.
So they're intermingling.
And if you watch like the Rogue Games or the Rogue Invitational, they do a lot of strongman stuff there.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but yeah, Gina, kind of got me into that. And I was like, yeah, this is cool. I could do it. You should sign up for a competition. So I went and did one competition in the Masters because I am a master, but there was no weight class. And out of 5 guys that were competing, I placed third. The 2 guys were like deadlifting 800 pounds, and I couldn't touch them guys. You know what I mean? Because there was no weight. They were like 340. The one guy weighed, the other guy, I'm only 210. So I couldn't compare to them on that level. So I was like, let me try this next one where it's going to have
weight class.
Well, no, it was novice. So I said, let me not sign up for the Masters. I'll sign up for novice. And I went there and won the novice event. And that qualified me to go to nationals. So I went there and tried that. And it was fun. It was an experience, but it's not something that I look forward to going into the gym and training to do. You know what I mean? Because it was strictly like strict strength training all the time, and I would always want to do my conditioning, which you got to limit that so you don't lose strength as much. So, and I wasn't really enjoying myself in the gym, so to speak. I would go in there and I would do the heavy lifts.
It's like a chore at that point.
Yeah. So I just want to have fun. That's all. That's all I'm in this for. I'm in this to stay fit, have fun, and enjoy life.
So when you came home, did you rip the Band-Aid off? You're like, all right, back to the cardio, back to CrossFit.
Well, unfortunately, before I went there, before I went to the competition down there, I was in the gym doing a class, and it had double unders in it. And I had to stop doing the double unders because the plantar fasciitis on my foot, like I felt it. It's the first time it ever happened.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whoa, I couldn't finish the workout because of that. And then I was rolling it and, doing some work on it to help it. And then I went down to nationals in the one event that I did there. So
pop again.
Yeah. I felt something in the bottom of my foot. Oh. So now I'm just been chilling.
Yeah. Yeah. Be careful, right?
Yeah.
Dude, the worst thing when you exercise a lot is to like have to stop. Like when you get those injuries and you have to like really, really rest it. Oh my God.
Yes.
I went through like a hip thing, like during the open, man. And like, I really wasn't able to do much because like any impact thing hurt, it was the worst.
Yeah. It is.
Having to stop.
And it's a mental thing for me too.
Yeah.
I get it. But, I know that it's only temporary and it will heal. It's not, I didn't fully injure myself to the point where there's no coming back. So
right.
I'm okay. Take a couple of weeks off and chill.
Come back to it. Yeah. Do what you can too in that time period. Like I remember on Gina's like first podcast on here, one of the things she said was like telling people to walk more, and that's really good advice.
Yeah.
Like big thing that we do here is like we take a lot of walks after class.
Yeah. Cool down,
a little 400, 800 meters, something like that. Like it's really good habit to get into.
Yeah. Definitely. So. And then my next thing that we're training for is the Spartan Beast in Vermont. So I want to let this fully heal because I'm going to be running up and down mountains. So I know I got to chill. Yeah.
So you got some bigger going on, but all right, dude. So bigger reason why you're here, man. Talk about Hippie Lit. Tell us what is Hippie Lit? When did you start it? Who is it for?
Okay.
Tell us everything.
Okay. So obviously Hippie Lit is my company. Me and my partner, we wanted to change the perception of people and pre-workouts, right? So we want to give them another option out there that isn't filled with chemicals and doing the exact opposite of what you want out of a pre-workout, right? So a pre-workout, you want the energy, but you don't want to be lowering your testosterone and putting all these chemicals into you that are killing your gut flora. The competitors out there in the pre-workout field are, there's a lot of chemicals in there and a lot of bull crap. So our thinking behind it is we want to give people an opportunity to have another option of something that's raw, organic, and whole foods as a pre-workout that's going to give you the energy boost. And it's also going to have other health benefits behind it, like increasing your testosterone levels, your VO2 max, and the longevity of taking it after long, the effects even get better. You know what I'm saying? So it's not something that is going to decrease these hormones and things in your body. The more you drink it, it's going to do the opposite. The effects, the longer term effects of it will actually have better results. So on our website, HippieLit.com, all the ingredients are on there, and the studies from PubMed and everything, they're all on there. You can read about the ingredient and what exactly you're getting and what exactly the studies have shown to be proven in the long-term effects and health benefits of it. So that's why we started it. I'm really conscientious about what I put into my body. I'm one of them guys that I eat for health. And I don't just eat something because I'm hungry or I need calories. If I didn't prepare my food, or, I don't know what's in it, I'm probably going to pass on it. Example, a while ago, I would go to these parties with, kids' birthday parties and things like that. And the person I was with at the time would say, "Why don't you ever eat cake or ice cream? Like, why don't you ever just have a cupcake?" And I'd be like, "Why? Like, why? What's the point of me having that?" You know what I mean? Well, they're good, and just like let loose sometimes. And I'm like, I really don't want to. It's not necessary, So I'm really mindful of what I put into my body. And, there's a lot of things out there that we're being deceived on, you know what I mean? That are known and proven to be causing long-term effects and disease.
There's a lot of poisons in our food, right?
Being poisoned in the food. Yeah. Not to put on the tinfoil hat, but there is a lot of poisons in the food.
That's a straightforward way to, that's like the honest truth.
No, it's true.
Especially, an American diet, if you want to get like very specific. And one of the things about CrossFit, so more tinfoil hat stuff, Glassman, and part of the reason like why he is such a big figure, like the guy that started CrossFit, is because he took on all of the big soda companies that were behind kind of how the American diet was prescribed for years, throughout the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Like Coca-Cola kind of wrote the standards for the American diet. Like if you go do your research,
the lobbyists, all that. I know.
You could go find that out on your own if you want to do your own research. So Glassman took them on. They had a lawsuit against him. Like there was personal training manuals and schools that were sponsored by companies that were actually shell companies for Coca-Cola that were putting it into the books. So all that stuff, right? So Glassman took them on. He won the lawsuit the year before he was forced to sell ownership of CrossFit. And a lot of people think that that's the true reason behind why he was attacked and forced out of it, because he took on Big Soda and won.
I would not doubt that anyway.
If you know, then you know the money behind those companies and all that stuff. But so my question for you is, how long have you been like conscious about what you eat? Has like the nutrition always been a thing for you even before you got into working out?
No. No, I tried a lot of different diets, so to speak. Like there was a point in time in my life where I didn't eat meat.
Right.
I felt good, you know what I mean? But I couldn't get stronger.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's for everybody. Like I'm not knocking people who don't choose to eat meat, but for me, it didn't work. So I tried that for a while, and then I started eating meat, added that into my diet. And then I really got into like looking into all these chemicals and all these diseases that we have nowadays, and really starting to just delve into like what's really going on behind all this seed oils and all these things that are in our food, you know? And so I would say over the last 2 years, I have been really, really strict on what I put into my body, even with when I was doing the plant-based thing, like that's a whole gimmick too.
Yeah.
They're having these plant-based burgers and stuff like that. Well, all that means is it's made in a plant. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing good behind that plant-based burger. And then, you got these people that are pushing these agendas, and, they're coming up with these things that are just, they're really not real food. So I try and eat as close to farm to fork as possible. I go to the Amish to get my meat from them, with not injecting them with a bunch of hormones and GMOs and all that nonsense.
Because if they sell it in the store, they need it to last longer. So it needs to last from the truck to the store. So they have to put it with the stuff to make it look red longer, all those things. Yeah.
All of that. And like, I'm mindful of all of that.
If you don't know, that's why farm to table is important, because those are people who are literally raising whatever the livestock or the plants, if it's a plant thing, and then it's coming directly to you. It might have been like 2 days since that meat was prepared, right? As opposed to the maybe 14 or longer when you buy meat at a store.
Exactly.
I mean, is it like, hey, like I buy meat at the butcher and the store, so like you gotta do what you gotta do, right? But like that's what's happening. That's what we're talking about. Chemicals, those are the things we're talking about.
Exactly, 100%. Yeah. So I'm really mindful of all of that, and I want more people to be aware of that, because like Glassman, I believe that we can stop a lot of this disease and things, and change people's health on what they're eating and what they're putting in their body.
And it's important, right? It is. It's really important. Dude, like my mom, so she works out a lot now, but she's been like sick over the past 2 years, and she's kind of coming back into being healthier. She went to the doctor, and her doctor was telling her that she had lost muscle mass, like from not working out. And then she appears like older. Like her health markers are all good, but it's just like she appears to have like aged again. And she literally advised her to like start lifting weights. I was like, wow, that's really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like she felt the same, she still feels good, but like the more muscle mass you can have on your body's going to appear younger that way. There's a guy here, like we're talking about diets, right? I think you met Gordy. He's like the 70-year-old guy that comes here. Yeah. Gordy's a fucking rock star. Yeah. This man is 69. Okay. And freaking like, I've seen him golf. I've seen him lift weights. He moves like he's like 30 years old. Like the fact that he works out next to me, and he's like 6. I think about this all the time. I'm like, damn, if I could be like that when I'm 70, because I've seen my grandparents and all that. So muscle mass, the key to youth out there for everyone that's listening. The stronger you are, the younger you're gonna appear and feel.
100%. Yeah.
So speaking of Gordy, he tells me all the time too, and I don't know if I'm sold on it. He's apparently carnivore. So like I talked to him, he's like, why do you need vegetables? It's like they're all toxic, which is like another part to it. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, Gordy, I don't know how you get in with that. He says he eats like fruit, that's his breakfast, and then like a very small amount, and then only meat. So like, how do you eat? Do you eat vegetables and fruit still?
Yeah. So I mix it up. I eat, I've changed it now. I'm eating a lot more leaner meats now. But before the strongman competition, I was eating a lot of red meat. Like I eat a lot of venison, a lot of bison. Yeah. And a lot of beef. But I'm slimming back on the red meats now. I'm eating a lot of turkey and chicken. But yeah, and I do the vegetables too. I eat a lot of root vegetables, but not, I'm not a crazy vegetable guy. You know what I mean? Like, I eat a lot of fermented vegetables too, a lot of sauerkraut, a lot of kimchi. I'm real conscientious about my gut health too. What's the culture and the bacteria in my gut like? You can, not to get nasty on here, but you can tell a lot by your poop, right?
So that's important. I mean, digestive system is going to be like your whole system. How you digest food is going to be like, do you get sick or not? Can your body process if you get a virus?
Right? Because they say 70% of your immune system is in your gut.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, and I eat a lot of, so my multivitamin, and this may sound nasty to some people, but my multivitamin is raw beef liver. And what I do is I get raw beef liver and I cut it up and I put it in ice cube tray. And then I pop an ice cube tray of raw beef liver out and I cut it up into swallow size because it's really not tasteful. Yeah. But, and I swallow that about 3 times a week. I take one of them. And then also I try to go once a week for raw oysters. Usually when they have a buck of shuck, I usually go down. Very high in, minerals, and, zinc is very good for us.
Right.
So that's the way I eat, man, and I do track my food. Just started again before the competition nationals. I wasn't just trying to eat everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started tracking my food, and I'm really on my macros, and, but yeah, man, just try and eat as healthy and farm to table as possible. But so that's why we started Hippie Lit, right? Me and my business partner, he also is very conscientious about what he eats.
Right.
And we were both going to the gym. So how we started that, let me talk a little bit about that, was he would come over to my house, and, I was showing him different things at the gym, trying to get him strong again, because he broke his back. Right. So I was trying to get him
BMX or skating with it.
Yeah. BMX. Yeah. So, and he broke his back. So in order to strengthen his posterior chain and all that, I was working with him, and he would see things on my table that I was taking, like mushrooms and different things like that. And he was like, oh, well, I take this and this. So we were like, what about a supplement, that has a couple of these different ingredients that we take all in one, and offer that. And then, so we just started putting things together that, I was taking the mushroom part of it, and he was taking the bean part of it, which is mucuna purins, which is a bean, and then cordyceps mushrooms. So they're two of the ingredient in there. So we just put this concoction together, and we were like testing it out, and, we would get the raw organic ingredient, and we would take the amount of servings, and we put them together, and we would drink them and be like, wow, I feel a boost from this, like long sustained energy with no crash, not like the pre-workouts where you get the itch, the itch all over your body and you feel hot. But it was just
natural energy, essentially.
Yeah. Just like a natural, long sustaining energy. And I was like, dude, I like this.
Right.
So we just, it actually came together at my kitchen table, just us talking about it.
That's awesome.
Started like, putting stuff together, concocting it. And then we started putting sample bags together. And we're like giving them out to people, like, here, try this. People were like, wow, man, I like that. So,
and it grows organically.
Everything is organic. Yeah.
Right.
Everything in it is organic. It's all raw from the earth, plant-based, it is vegan friendly.
That's dope. So how did you first start learning about all these things? Like I feel like I know already, because you just like kind of go down the rabbit hole, but what made you start looking into the nutrition, like when you were training and all that stuff?
So again, CrossFit is big on, what is it? Nuts, seeds, meats.
The first words are all about, nutrition.
Yeah. So that was really, when I got my level 1, and they would always talk about that in there, and, trying to get my athletes that I coach to be mindful of what they're putting into your body. Cause we still have people that come into our gym and they're eating Dunkin' Donuts all the time. They're going out to Wawa and getting breakfast sandwiches.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not really preparing their food. And so trying to wake them people up, and learning from CrossFit, and I just started getting into the lifestyle of like, man, I want to live a long, healthy life.
Right.
And I read books, like Mark Heyman has a book. He's a doctor. He has a good book about, your gut is your second brain. So I just started reading books and educating myself on it, and then learning about the American diet, just doing my own research and wanting something different for myself.
Right.
And wanting to, have a longevity. So hopefully that answers your question.
It does, for sure. I think what they rely on is that people aren't ever going to do the research.
Right.
It's like, it's the scary thing for the government and whoever is hiding things, they don't want people to go out and find out stuff on your own, but the information is out there, What about you talk a lot about like farm to table and like trying to be able to like go directly to the source. Like, was it easier for you to find places like that, like by where you live? Like, did you have to do researches? Did you already know people that were like had farms and stuff like that? Did you already know places?
Well, my first instinct was to go to Lancaster, around the Amish. But so I started, researching it on the internet.
Yeah.
And I found a couple places on there, and I went out and checked them out. And then just asking people through word of mouth. I drink raw milk. There's a farm by me that sells it. You can go pet the cows, and, they have free range chicken eggs, and you can go, look at the chickens. Like, you can actually see everything going on at the farm, how they're treating it and what they're feeding the animals and stuff. And I just started going, and I'm real big on, support your local farmer and support your local business. I don't shop at Amazon. I know it's quick and easy.
Yeah.
But to me, it's more important to have smaller communities where we're supporting each other as opposed to big corporations.
Yeah.
Because with big corporations, there's a lot of big corruption.
Yeah.
So, basically there is a lot of local farms around you. You just got to do your research.
Right. You got to go find them.
It really isn't that much more expensive.
Yeah.
It really isn't, as opposed to going to the
especially not in the long run, especially if you're like buying it, you consistently keep doing it. Yeah. You'll definitely save more.
Yeah. Or you'll end up later in life spending more on pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. There you go. You're going to pay somewhere. Right. That's the age old thing. So you're training for the Spartan. Which one is it? The Beast?
The Beast in Vermont. Yeah, they say that's the most difficult terrain in North America. So,
man,
yeah, I'm excited for that.
There you go. When is that? It's like September.
Middle of September.
Thought so. Yeah. What's the training going to look like for that?
Just starting off with a lot of trail running. A lot of start off easy and slow, and just progress each week to further and further. And we do a lot of mountains, running up and down mountains. Spring Mountain's a big one that we go. Yeah. Run up and down that. And Bear Creek, we do that one a lot. And just, increase the training. Sometimes we'll wear a weighted vest, maybe do a couple drop-ins. There was a gym in Limerick. Unfortunately, they had to close, but there are certain Spartan gyms, and maybe just do a couple drop-ins to get, with some of the grip implements that they have, and the swinging and climbing things, because there's really no way to prepare for them, different obstacles they have, unless you just go to a gym that has them. Right. You can be fit and in shape,
but you got to learn how to climb and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Their obstacles are pretty difficult sometimes. Some of them are.
There's a rock climbing gym right down the street,
Yeah. Right here right down this road. I've been there before.
Yeah. Those dudes used to come out here and train a lot too. Okay. It's always funny to watch like the rock climbing dudes deadlift for the first time.
Yeah. They probably have no posterior chain though.
Not at all. I mean, they're real strong in what they do, but like you switch it up for them, and it's like, but that's like anything, any sport, so it's awesome to see them come out here.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, so I just saw, I was keeping up with it. You were doing what, the 100 burpees a day?
Yeah. So I missed a couple days. Honestly, I didn't get them every day, but yeah.
I mean, that's going to happen when you're doing 100 a day, in a month. So how did that end up? What was your fastest time?
I think I was right around 6:10. 6 minutes,
man,
10 seconds.
That's crazy. Crushing it.
You think so?
Sure.
There was a point in time in my life where I had it. My quickest time was 5 minutes and 23 seconds.
Oh my God. 6 minutes still pretty fast when you're training for strongman.
Like
that. Now we have you scheduled to come out brawl in the burbs. You're at Super Total last year here, selling some stuff there. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. Yeah.
It's great, dude. I mean, we always want to have you out. Do you have any other plans to drop by any other places? Like what's the next plans for Hippie Lit?
Tomorrow we're going down to 9th and one of this BMX thing down in the city.
I saw that. Yeah.
9th and starts with a P, I forget. But we're going down there, and I'm going to set up a little shop and promote Hippie Lit there.
Hell yeah.
That's the next thing. And then brawl. Got a couple other little like farm things, veg fests and stuff like that set up to go there. Went to nationals, promoted there. But yeah, just trying to promote it and, small business and get the word out there, and, get people, another opportunity and another option besides all the chemical laden stuff, man. And also, I want to put the code out there for all your listeners. They can get a discount code.
We'll put the
Hungry Dog 10.
Hungry Dog 10.
Yeah, they get a discount
on HippieLit.com. Go check out. What products do you have right now?
Right now we have t-shirts, and then we have the unflavored, which is 4 ingredient. It's got Mucuna purins, which is a bean. It's got green coffee bean extract, which is around 30 milligrams of natural occurring caffeine. It has cordyceps mushrooms, and then it has MCT oil. And then we have a flavored one, which has all them ingredients that I just named, plus it has raw cacao, which is chocolate, and then stevia for flavoring.
Yeah.
We're excited about it, giving people, an opportunity to have another option of something else to take in. Right. And I know some people, it's hard to get away. So Gina wanted me to talk about this. She said, you can talk about this. because she was addicted to the bangs for a while. That was her drink. She was drinking 3 of them a day.
Oh, bro.
And it was hard for her to get off of them. Yeah. Stop taking them. She was literally addicted to it, like the headaches and stuff.
Yeah.
When she didn't have it. This is another thing that people don't realize is happening until it's too late. You're becoming physically dependent on these things. And it'd be like, I need a bang to go to the gym. I need a bang. You
like almost don't see it coming. That's like the thing with addiction,
Yeah.
It just kind of creeps up on you.
Right. So, that's another reason why we started this, to help people change their perception. And I would always be like, yo, you need to get off of that.
Yeah.
Kind of like give her a little grind up.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, I know.
Yeah.
And she finally did end up getting off of them.
Yeah.
It was hard. It was very hard to get off of that stuff.
I've been there.
Oh, okay.
The bangs and the monsters, dude, when I worked overnights and then I just transitioned, kept drinking them. It's hard,
Right.
It's not even just the taste, because it's one, the sugar is what people get addicted to. That's freaking the killer in the world.
Yeah.
But then also just the sequence, the routine of getting a bag, cracking it open. That's the thing. If anyone out there listening doesn't have a lot of experience with addiction, it becomes the routine.
Yes.
I can feel myself opening a can right now, I can
absolutely.
Physically feel what it feels like to do that,
Right.
And you become addicted to that as well as just the taste too.
100%. Yeah. So, we got guys, they're coming in, they're dry scooping their other chemical stuff, and I look at it like this, like me personally, I could not consciously choose. I know that this has, let's just say, for instance, Red 40 in it. And I know that Red 40 is banned in other countries for causing cancer or ADHD or whatever. It has these chemicals in it. I can't consciously go get one of them and consume it just because I know what it's doing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, I'm trying to help people wake up and realize you're literally poisoning yourself.
Yeah. It's one of those things once you know, and you can't not know.
Exactly. Yeah. So I want to put an awareness out there, open people's minds to hey, there is another alternative, that you can have a pre-workout.
Right.
It's not popping a can with the bubbly, sugar or the flavor, but it does give you energy and it gives you a focus. Throughout the day, I realized, wow, I'm focused. I can think, I'm not all rammed up on, some chemicals, but
right.
I just want to give that opportunity and an option out there for people. So I'm excited about it. I would like to get everybody on board with eating healthy and, getting away from the Doritos and, just be mindful of what you're eating,
right.
Start reading labels, and start to educate yourself on certain things. Cause even such things as when it says cage free, all that means is the pen has a door on it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't really mean that they're roaming around in the field eating bugs, and you can tell a lot by the color of the eggs.
That's just marketing.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, a lot of people don't know that, I don't know. Maybe they do know, and they don't care, No,
most people don't know. They don't know the difference between those three things. They just, it makes you feel better when you get a certain type of egg,
right.
In the grocery store. But that's just marketing. That's literally all it is.
Yeah.
Health food industry is a big industry. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean healthy foods, because healthy food, the definition of healthy food should be naturally occurring foods.
Yes.
That aren't spoiled to the point of that it's going to get you sick, because there's certain kind of spoiled natural foods. It's whatever.
Right.
But health foods, like what you talked about earlier, recreated hamburgers, cauliflower burger, stuff like that, genetically modified, prepped by unnatural means, stuff like that. So trying to stay clear of that is the best choices you can make. And then Hippie Lit is trying to provide you with more opportunities to do that. Awesome. I love that message. Hell yeah.
Love that.
All right, Dustin, it's been a great episode, man. Thanks for coming out again, bro.
Appreciate
We'll get all that stuff linked up in the show. Hungry Dog 10, HippieLit.com. We'll drop the CrossFit Way of Life Instagram on there and stuff like that. Guys, go check them out. CrossFit Pottstown, Hippie Lit, all that good stuff, man. Dustin, have a great one, man.
All right. Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.